thousands of adults will finish their high school diplomas. None of them will do it alone.
If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Thousands of free centers across the country are waiting to help you pass your high school equivalency test and finish your diploma.
Take the first step towards graduation and find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
No one gets a diploma alone. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation, the Ad Council, and the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
90.3 WHPC reminds you that caring for an older loved one isn't easy.
Find support for your strength at the Caregiving Resource Center. Visit aarp.org/caregiving.
Brought to you by the AARP, the Ad Council, and the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Secrets of Success. I'm your host, Bill Horan, and today we're speaking with Brian Buffini, author of The Emigrant Edge. Brian, I'm sorry I had to interrupt you, so please continue with some of the tips you were giving us.
Oh, no, that's great. I'll give one more here that I think people will appreciate, which is a heartfelt spirit of gratitude. You know, Cicero used to say that gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but it's the parent of all others. The reason why this is such a powerful force, and one of the reasons why so many immigrants come here with nothing. I mean, you know, Bill, there's a ton of stories like mine, right? Thousands of them. And you know people, especially in your part of the world, people came here with nothing and went to become hugely successful. There's thousands and thousands of people. And one of the reasons for it is this great sense of empowerment from having a spirit of gratitude. When you come to, I love Ireland, I bleed green, but when it comes to opportunity, there's no comparison between the country I grew up in and the country I came to. There's no comparison. And so, all of a sudden, you know, you have to understand how powerful it is. If you are full of gratitude, you can't be full of entitlement at the same time. Can't. If you're full of gratitude, you can't be full of envy or bitterness at the same time. If you are full of gratitude, you can't be at the same time full of complaining about what you don't have, what's not working, and what's wrong with the country, what's wrong with the opportunity, what's wrong with the tax system, what's wrong with the Democrats, what's wrong with the Republicans. Boom, forget it. And so it is very, very powerful. You know, the thing is, like, as one of the dynamics, when I was first getting going and coming to the country, I didn't care if they were a good customer or a bad customer. I was so thankful to have a customer. I gave everything to them. And I thank them and I appreciate them. One of the things I do on a regular basis, Bill, is I write personal notes every day. And I just write somebody, thank you. People I came in contact with the previous day, people I had a good experience with, I write them a thank you note. This year, I've been doing this for years and years and years. If someone gave me an opportunity, I would thank them for the opportunity, even if they didn't do business with me. So what happens is it's very easy, especially if you're a small business owner. This customer's got this complaint and that complaint. The attitude is, I got a customer. And what they're voicing is their needs. How can I meet that need? And so when you bring that to the table, boy, it brings a lot of power. It brings a lot of fire. I'll be honest with you, it makes you tough to compete with.
And you stand out because nobody else does it.
No. The amount of people that have told me, you know, you're the only person who's ever written me a note to thank me. You know, my kids got recruited. I have 6 kids. A number of them went on to play college sports. A number of them will go on to play college sports still in high school. And the college recruiter would call them and this and that and the other. My kids would write them a personal note. And they're like, I recruit 400 kids a year, the only one who ever did that. I would do that. I do that over and over and over again. Personal notes are powerful. They connect with people. It means I took the time, and it allows me to communicate to folks. I appreciate you. In our program where we're coaching and training businesses, we encourage them to write notes. So they said, hey, what should we say? What should we do? So our company today, we provide over 15 million personal notes a year.
Brian, I didn't know you were going to say this, but just today I had a businessman call me, and he was consulted by someone, and he was telling them how to go about getting into a company. He said, when you go in, get the receptionist's name, and when you're done, write her a thank you note.
Yep.
The gentleman did that. The receptionist, I think his name was Dean or Dino. The receptionist remembered that. He called up, said, oh, Dino, yes, I remember you. Let me put you on with Mr. So-and-so. He got the interview. He got into the company and he got the job opportunity. I think because, as you said, he was probably the only one who ever wrote a note to her, and he stood out.
100%. And other people will look at it and say he was lucky.
Now,
and so I don't think so.
Brian, I want our audience to know again, because they're probably getting to like you, as I am, more and more as you're talking. Our guest today is Brian Buffini, Buffini. His book is The Emigrant, spelled Emigrant, Edge. And we're going to ask him the website where we can go to find out more and where the book is available.
Well, it's everywhere great books are sold, Bill, is they can go find The Emigrant Edge, and brianbuffini.com is a great place to connect with us, and we're happy to provide some resources and free podcasts and things like that for folks if they want to get on the journey and know a little bit more.
So just your name, brianbuffini.com.
Yes, sir.
And they can find out more. They'll get more information.
You bet.
That's easy enough to remember, and we'll give that once more before the end of the show. So if you're looking to get that edge, if you want to do a couple of those simple things, just writing the thank you notes, getting that job, getting that interview, Brian's going to tell you how it's done. Brian, one of the stories I liked most in your book, you talked about a time with your family, and you talked about going back to Ireland. And I think this was about kind of breaking through barriers. And you actually wrote down every reason why it would be great to go back to Ireland. You painted a vision of it for your family. And I think one of the reasons was you didn't want your parents to pass away without seeing their grandchildren. Mm-hmm. And if I remember the story correctly, you were in real estate at the time. The most you had ever sold was 6 houses in a month. But the month after you wrote that down, do you remember? Am I?
Oh yeah, I sold 13 homes the next month and 12 the month after that.
So number one, you more than doubled your record the following month, and the month after that, you almost equaled it again.
Yep.
By selling 12 homes, and of course, a real estate agent has to get the business. I mean, you can't. It's not just like selling pencils or watermelons. The people coming up to you, you have to have somebody list a house, or you have to know where a house is listed to match them up.
Well, and you know, people have always asked me where those leads come from. The truth is, I had them all the time. They were sitting in drawers. They were sitting on 3x5 cards. They were on my computer. They were in my Rolodex. I just didn't have a strong enough reason why. And so I wrote a goal. The great Lou Tice, who started the Pacific Institute, I went to a seminar of his, and he shared how to write a goal. And I wrote this goal, and I just had a baby, and I hadn't been home to Ireland in 5 years. And so he said, paint the picture of what you really want, describe like it's already happened. And I had this great family reunion all lined up in Ireland, everybody paid for everything else. And then it says, what happens if you do this? What are the benefits? And then what would happen if you don't do it? And when I wrote down the consequences, geez, what if one of my parents passed away and they never got to see their first grandchild? That was it. Now, all of a sudden, it was done. So you know what I did? I booked that trip and everything else. This is 25 years ago. I put it all on an American Express card. And I had, so about 18 days until the bill came in, and 30 days from that point to pay it. That's 48 days. You know, this is like burning your ships if you're Cortez, right? And so I sold 13 homes that month, and I sold 12 the next month. And I had a mentor who told me, you know, there's six homes in a month is about all a realtor can handle. And I managed to consistently do that. But I broke through that barrier because I had a strong enough why, a strong enough reason why that was connected to something that was very important to me. And then I discovered, my gosh, I can do this all the time. So now I ended up effortlessly selling over 100 homes a year. I was a young man in my 20s. The average realtor in the United States sells 6 homes a year to this day. So having a strong enough why, understanding the benefits of why that goal coming about, what it will do for you, and then ultimately what are the consequences if you don't reach the goal. Very, very important. It made it very visceral for me. I put my money where my mouth is, and then I had to back it up. And I discovered I had muscles I didn't know I had, if you know what I mean.
I hear you. And Brian, I just did some math while you were doing that. You said the average realtor sells maybe 6 to 8 homes, and you were selling over 100 a year.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I heard that right and that I was doing the math right, because you've topped the average guy easily by about 12 to 15 to 1, maybe more if I'm doing the math in my head quickly. Yep. But to be able to do that and also showing how you broke through those barriers, you mentioned in the book that immigrants have no plan B. What does that mean? They only have a plan A. Tell us why that helps and how that's an advantage.
Well, you know, people say, well, I'll give this a try. I'll give this a try. I'm going to open this new business. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to take this new job. I'm going to give it a try. When you're an immigrant, you don't have a safety net. You don't have a parent's couch you're going to go back and sleep on. You know, so you're like, I got to do this. I got to And so all of a sudden, the old NASA program, failure is not an option. You are going to figure it out. You're going to make it happen. And that's why even years after I emigrated, even buying that ticket to go home to Ireland and the family vacation, I gave myself no plan B. And it's a very, very powerful concept. And it's, one of the challenges is to whom much is given, much is required. In America, people grow up with a lot. The poor in America are still in the top 20% earners in the world. And so there's a lot of plan Bs, Cs, Ds, Es, and Fs available to you in America. And so the key is put yourself in a position to have only a plan A. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go make this happen. Nothing's going to stop me. Away I go. And I just think when you get that kind of single-minded focus, and it's got to be aligned with your values, and you got to do it in an ethical fashion, and you don't have to work 100 hours a week. Bill, if I could say this for a second, I don't want people thinking Superman is on the phone here with you. I was in the bottom half of my class in high school. If it wasn't for people like me, there wouldn't have been a top half. Okay,
I love that.
There's no Irish space program. Okay, we never put a man on the moon. We tried to put a man on the sun. We went up at night. So the thing is,
our producer just fell off his chair.
Right. So I'm a house painter's son. I was an average student, but I came to an environment where I could grow and I could develop. And I've walked into this place that had all this opportunity, and I was able to see it, and people like me are able to see it. And so what I'm trying to do is encourage people. Forget the bloody news. Forget the social media stuff. Open your eyes. Look around. You're living in the land of opportunity. You have all this great giftedness in your DNA. Someone in your past paid a huge price for to be right here where you are. What would they think of your problems? What would they do with your opportunity?
Brian, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as I see the time getting short, I want to make sure our audience knows that our guest today has been Brian Buffini, Buffini. The book is The Emigrant Edge. If you want to live a life like he's living, go out and find out how in his book. And give us that website real quick, Brian.
It's brianbuffini.com, Bill. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much for being with us today. We'd like to remind our audience that you've been listening to The Secrets of Success on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host, Bill Horan, asking you to please join us again next week at the same time when we'll continue our journey to success.